Railroads were a very popular way for people to travel long distance. Immigrants used the railroads to move to and across to the United States. In Omaha, the most recent immigrants worked on the rail lines. Some immigrant groups that worked on the railroads were Italian, Irish, Polish, Czech, and Mexican Americans. Railroads provided decent jobs to support a family. Many towns in Nebraska started along the railroad track as a place for the workers to live, and then grew into towns as workers' families joined them. In South Omaha, railroads brought cattle and sheep to the stockyards to be sold to the meatpacking houses. The South Omaha Terminal Railway does not exist anymore, so our group worked to make this invisible history visible. We also learned about Omaha's world-famous passenger station, Union Station. Union Station transported many people to and from Omaha, including many troops for World War II and even some movie stars. During its peak, about 64 trains carrying 10,000 passengers traveled through Union Station each day.
We conducted the following interviews to learn more about the railroads. What services did the Union Station offer?
In the station itself, you saw the newsstands, newspapers, magazines from all over the world, all over the country. We had the barber shop, we had the dining room, lunch counter. Dining room opens 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We had the ticket office.
Why was the Union Station important to Omaha?
Actually, it was a showcase, functional. It was really a hub of Omaha. It really made Omaha stand out because you could go anywhere in the world and you wouldn't find a station like ours.
How were trains used in the early years?
Transportation. It's kind of opening up the country and opening up these spaces that people couldn't get to before. Right? I mean, when we look at the connection of the East Coast and the West Coast, this is kind of the narrative that we're fed, is that this is the connection. But there was also this upswell of, as I've talked about already, migration, immigration, and labor coming from Mexico and coming from the South.
How did trains contribute to the immigration of your family?
My grandfather was recruited out of Mexico and by the Southern Pacific, and he came up to a place called Horton, Kansas, and from there he moved to Silvis, Illinois.
What is an important function of the railroads today?
A lot of people think that the railroads are old and they see the box cars with all the markings on them. They don't realize what's inside them. We move coal, we move lumber, we're moving automobile parts. The clothing that you're wearing probably came from one of the Asian countries.
We learned that railroads are important to Omaha's history. Railroads have brought many immigrant groups to South Omaha, which is the reason South Omaha today has a strong Latino culture all around.